Hello, students and children. We're back again, and as promised, this is the second chapter I've started, The Lost Spring. When I read this chapter, I felt, very emotional, and I was quite, taken aback. How we are living so comfortably, and there are so many people and children who are actually doing, like picking up rags and everything just for a loaf of bread. So anyway, that's my personal thoughts. Maybe we have different ones. So we are here to do the MCQ of this chapter, The Lost Spring, again from the book Flamingo. And it is also in two parts, so 30 MCQs in each part. And this is the chapter number 2. So the first MCQ we have is, the man from Udupi was a son of an teacher, a priest, a doctor, or a engineer. So, children, if you remember, the man from Udupi was the son of an priest. Should not have an "and." So, let's go to the next question. Why did Sahib-e-Alam not go to school? Had no money to pay fees? Or he was not at all interested? Or he wanted to go for a movie? Or he just wanted to earn money? So, children, when we read this chapter, we did know that Sahib-e-Alam did not go to school because he had no money to pay fees. He was a poor child. Who is the author of Lost Spring? Sudha Murthy, James Bond, Anis Jung, or Arundhati Roy? So children, this is again an important MCQ. You should remember. This Lost Spring has been authored by Anis Jung. Let's go to the next one. According to the author, what was garbage for the parents? Means of entertainment, means of survival, means of sorrow, or means of joy? So children, we know, these rag pickers, when they take and they pick up the rags and everything, the garbage, and they give it to the parents, that they sell it just for their bread and butter. So this is the means of survival for the parents. Next MCQ. The author advised Sahib to go to school, college, playground, or club. So this is also an important one. The author advised Sahib to go to school. Next one. The Sahukars, the middlemen, the policemen, the keepers of the law, the bureaucrats and the politicians together, these people worked for the upliftment of women, worked for the benefit of bangle makers, or imposed the baggage on the child that he cannot put down, or they abolished child labor. So we all know very well the Sahukars, the middlemen, the policemen, the keepers of the law, and the bureaucrats and the politicians together. These people impose the baggage on the child that he cannot put down. मतलब उनके बेचारे बच्चों के छोटे छोटे कंधों पे, बेचारों पे इतना बोझ डाल देते हैं कि वो नीचे ही नहीं उसको रख पाते, और पूरी जिंदगी बेचारे अपनी उसी में उस बोझ को उठाते हुए काट देते हैं. Next question. Mukesh's house is covered with thatch, bricks, tiles, or stones. So we know Mukesh is a rag picker. So आपको पता ही है, जो rag picker होते हैं उनके बेचारों के पक्के मकान नहीं होते हैं. So Mukesh's house is covered with thatch. Let's go to the next one. She has not enjoyed a full meal in her entire lifetime. Who is she in the given sentence? The elderly woman sitting close to Savita, or she is a Mukesh's sister-in-law, or she is Mukesh's grandmother, or she is Mukesh's mother? And the correct answer for this, children, is the elderly woman sitting close to Savita. Let's go to the next one. Garbage to the rag picker is daily bread, a roof over their heads, silver, money, or gold. So we know, rag pickers go out daily and pick up the garbage just to have enough money so that they can have daily bread and a roof over their heads. So it's a very bad condition for them. Okay, what was Sahib looking for in the story? Was he looking for eggs, toys, coins, or gold? So we all know Sahib was looking for gold in the story. Let's go to the next one. What is the central theme of the story Lost Spring? Pitiable, poor children and their lost childhood, spring season, garbage, or Sahib and Mukesh. So, children, the central theme of the story is the pitiable, poor children and their lost childhood. I feel really bad for these children after reading this chapter, when I realize poor children. Okay, for the rag pickers, food is more important than clothes, shoes, identity, or shelter. So, this is a very important MCQ. The author is telling us the rag pickers, for them, they are least bothered if they have any identity or not. For them, getting food every day is much, much more than important than anything else. So, have food is more important than any identity. Next question. The families of the bangle makers live in comfortable environment, very small houses, very big houses or big houses, or in factories. So, in this chapter, there's a mention of bangle makers and their situation and how they live. So we know the bangle makers live in very, very small houses. They don't have enough money to live in big houses or something like that. Okay, why did Sahib and his family move to Delhi? Because storms had swept away their fields and homes. Their village was flooded. There was a deadly epidemic in the village, or there were landslides. So the correct answer for this children is because storms had swept away their fields and homes. And I hope you are enjoying these MCQ, children. If you are, please do subscribe to this channel and share amongst your friends. They will also like it. The author visited the town and temple of Udupi after 15 years, 5 years, 30 years, or 10 years. You'll have to remember this. It's 30 years. Quite a long time, 30 years. What did Mukesh want to become on growing up? Like everybody wants to become something. Somebody wants to become doctor, engineer, pilot. So the options are a carpenter, a shopkeeper, a motor mechanic, or a bangle maker. And the correct answer for this children is he wanted to become a motor mechanic. Let's go to the next one. Sahib's profession was that of a cook, bangle seller, rag picker, or a driver. So in this chapter, we know Sahib's profession was that of a rag picker. Let's go to the next one. According to the author, what was garbage for the children? A wonder, means of entertainment, means of time pass, or means of playing. So children, according to this chapter, the garbage for the children was nothing less than a wonder for them. They used to wonder, oh, what is this? Let's go to the next one. Sahib's full name was Mughal-e-Azam, Shahenshah-e-Alam, Shah Jahan, ya Sahib-e-Alam. So I think you can always guess Sahib's full name was Sahib-e-Alam. Let's go to the next question. Mukesh's father is a cracker maker, mechanic, a car driver, or a bangle maker. So we know in this chapter, Mukesh's father is a bangle maker. Next question. Can a good God-given lineage ever be broken? These words were spoken by Mukesh's grandmother, Mukesh's grandfather, the author or Mukesh? So, children, this words were spoken in the chapter by Mukesh's grandmother. Let's go to the next question. The squatters in Simapuri arrived as refugees from Bangladesh in 1971, 86, 1982 or 1965. So, there are a lot of squatters in Simapuri in Delhi. The Simapuri is a place in Delhi and it's in East Delhi. This may also come as an MCQ. So, where is Simapuri located? So, the question is, when did they arrive from Bangladesh? They arrived from Bangladesh as refugee, and the correct answer is 1971. So that's the year when they came from Bangladesh. Sahib did not like to work in the tea stall because he was no longer his own master. He had to carry heavy bags now. He hated the steel canister, or he was getting only Z800. Well, answer is, Sahib did not like to work in the tea stall because he was no longer his own master. He could not do whatever he wanted to do. So he was no longer his own master. And the next question, Savita, a young girl, is seen by the author stitching clothes, soldering pieces of glass, washing clothes, or embroidering a sheet. So this is an important MCQ. It might come in exam, children. So Savita, a young girl in this chapter, is seen by the author soldering the pieces of glass. You'll have to remember this. He is content to dream of cars. Who is he being talked about? Sahib, Saukar, politician, or Mukesh? So you will have to think what could be. Who is dreaming of cars? And children, you will have to remember it is Mukesh. He is content of dreaming of cars. Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? Yes, he earns money. No. Earning? No. Earning but no freedom, or yes. So we know Sahib was not at all happy working in the tea stall. And the reason for that was he was earning, but he lost his freedom. He could not do whatever he wanted to do. So, is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? No. Why? Because he was earning but no freedom there. Next question. Who will be hauled up by the police if they try to get organized? The old citizens, the owners of factories, the group of young men, or Mukesh family? So as per the chapter, the group of young men will be hauled up by the police if they try to get organized. We're about to come to the end of this MCQ part 1. Don't forget to also view and try the part 2 of this, which will be published very soon. What does the author analyze in the story? Her works, garbage, rich people, or poor children and their exploitation? So we have seen all the MCQs, and if you read this chapter, we know the author is analyzing poor children and their exploitation, how they are being exploited by everyone. This story is an excerpt from which book of the author? Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood, The Song of India, Unveiling India, or Breaking the Silence? And the answer is Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. Let's go to the next one. What forces the children to live a life of exploitation? Extreme poverty, greed, peers, or parents? So we know, these children who are exploited because of one reason only, that is extreme poverty. They don't have money and they can't help much. So that is the one reason. And that is the last MCQ for the part 1, children. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed presenting it to you. And please keep on liking my videos. And this is your own channel. Don't just suggest or comment anything, and I would be happy to implement that in upcoming videos. Okay, and all the very best for your upcoming exams. And I hope God bless everybody. Bye-bye.